What up, dude? What are we doing today? It is a beautiful day here in Texas this weekend, and we're going to try to give a more permanent fix to our daily driver, our hoopties headlights. As you can see, they're weather torn, and if you follow our channel for a while, you know we've already cleaned these up once. So, I have an idea. We're going to sand these down and then clear coat them. But we're going to try to do it with stuff that you can get pretty much over the counter or order easily on Amazon, so you don't have to use a spray gun. Let's see what we can do. Now, if we look at them closely, there is some cracking in the lens, and that's on the inside most likely. We won't be able to fix that, but our goal is to clear these out as much as possible. Now, these, they do sell replacement ones for the 2011 to 2016 Elantra. They're about $200 for a pair, I believe, on Amazon. But we can probably get this done for a lot less. Let's get to it. We got to move the Porsche. Okay, a few things we're going to use. Tape to mask off the paint. Sandpaper, 600, then 800. This is some extra clear coat we had from Automotive Touch-Up, but you can order 2K clear coat on Amazon for about $25 a can. A bucket with water for our wet sanding. Let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to tape off this perimeter along the bottom side of the headlight so we don't scratch into the paint while we're wet sanding. Now you could take it off, which I am going to take it off to paint or to clear coat, but because it's fixed in and it's a nice stable area, I'm just going to go ahead and leave them in there so it's easier to sand and I don't have to mess around with it on a table. We're just using standard blue masking tape that you can find at any place really. I prefer using 3M. It sticks the best. Use your fingernail to go under that. And along these curves, you just cut pieces. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're trying to just protect this edge of the paint. Next step, we're going to use 600 grit sandpaper. Now I'm using Trizac 3M sandpaper for an 6-inch DA or round, but you don't have to. You can just use 600 grit sandpaper that you buy at any automotive thing, like, AutoZone or O'Reilly's. It's just what I have laying around. Again, we're trying to do this as budget as possible with stuff I have laying around, and then I'll do a total cost at the end. But 600 first, and what we're trying to do is smooth this out, okay? Now, I'm going to clean it. Just give it a quick wipe down. We're going to spray it down with some quick detailer, get a quick wipe down. Doesn't have to be deep clean because we're sanding anyways. So let's get that done. Nice and easy. If there's any bugs or anything on this, because we have been driving throughout the week, we're just trying to get that off. It's not too bad. What we're trying to do is smooth out the surface, keep your paper wet and clean, and just go back and forwards. Nice cross style sand here, nice and soft. As soon as you start feeling grip, give it some more water, and every once in a while just go ahead and clean off your paper. Don't be afraid, just jump into it. I'm not applying very minimal pressure here. I'm letting the sandpaper do the work, and you can see these little drops right here are all dirty because it's all the grime and nasty plastic being sanded smooth. And that's what we're trying to do, especially on this contour, get it as smooth as possible. So when we go there 800, it makes it a little easier. Don't forget to wipe down and get a look at it. You're gonna see lines. You're sanding. That's okay. It'll make it worse. That's okay. It's gonna get better in the end. Now you can see this line right here. And this is a high-low spot where the faded area is already sanded and the glossy area is not, meaning it's deeper because it hasn't been touched. So I'm going to stay on 600 unless this is fighting me too much, because if you look at it, it's all right here. And again, what we're trying to do is make this smooth. So this line looks like that and like that. So we're going to keep at it at 6. I might go to 4 and then back to 6, but I think I'm going to stay on 600. So I decided to go to 400 because that's fighting me right there. You can see it in the camera. I want to smooth that line out. Now, we're not dealing with paint, and chances are I'm not going to eat through the plastic, but I'm going to be careful. Another thing you can also feel this high ridge right here when you run your finger across it. So not just looking, but feeling. Let's get that 400 on. As you can see, now it's smooth. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the lens. That line goes all the way down about halfway up this lens. So I'm just going to kick it out with 400, go back over it with 600. We'll be back. All right, nice and smooth. You see that? That's what we're looking for. That line, gone. Everything's even. Okay, now it looks a lot worse. Hit it with 400 grit. That's why. We're going to smooth the lines out with 600, and that'll be a quick process because now you're smooth, so it's going to make the 600 and 800 go a lot easier and a lot smoother. So we're going to go 600 to finite, make these lines a lot finer, and then 800, and then it'll be ready. 800. So you can actually see how much finer the lines are now after 800. The spot's still a little wet. Excuse me. But if we take a little water, you can see how much nicer that's going to be on the next step. Now the next step is going to be to take this off, put it on the table, and we're going to clear coat it. All right, I just kind of covered it up. I got my fan blowing so that goes out the door. It's just a little bit of painting, nothing heavy. We're going to clean it off with some isopropyl alcohol and make sure it's good. Remember, prep your surfaces. Let's get it. Nice wipe down, nice and easy. Sure it evaporates and dries, and you're good to go. Shake your can well. Do a little test spray so you kind of know what the pattern looks like. This is my test bed until it gets nice. This is what we're using. We already showed it. Just out of the can. We're going to put about 3 coats on, but you're going to see a change on the first coat. You can kind of get a sneak peek there. Light coat on the first one. Overlap 50%. Let's do it. Look at that. That looks a lot sharper already. All right, all done. There's about 5 coats of clear on there. Now I'm gonna zoom in on, get a little closer on this one. All these little cracks, that's on the inside of the plastic. And that happens with age. This car, 2011, do the math, it's 2023, and it's got 178,000 miles on it. If I would have done this a little sooner, probably, a couple years ago, before all these little cracks were in, the finish would look a lot better. But It is a whole lot better. Is it brand new? No. How much did it cost? Sandpaper and a can. One can did 5 coats on each of these headlights, and there's still some left. Still some left. And that can, if you get a 2K, this is not 2K, but if you get 2K, it's about 25 bucks. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's on our little Amazon page, so that helps us a tiny bit. But let's get them on and see what they look like back on the car. All right, it's all done. Let's take a quick look at it and give you a full disclose. All right, so the headlights are done. And if you go to the beginning of the video, you'll see that this looks a whole lot better than it was. Now, we wet sanded it a little, got the clear coat a little smooth. Now I'm going to come in real close, and I really hope that it picks it up. It does. All these little cracks are on the interior of the lens, so on the back side of the lens. So we can't polish that out. Now, no, people are going to criticize it. We can do it real easy with one of those Mothers or McGuire's kits, and it works fine. Yes, you're absolutely right. You can. Just basically sanding and polish, which is what I've done. But what we added is a little bit of clear coat. Now, could I have helped prevent some of these cracks by doing this, I don't know, 100,000 miles ago? Remember, this vehicle, our Elantra, has 178,000 miles on it. It's a lot. So, yeah, we probably could have, but here we are. So we're trying to make this better without having to buy new headlights, because this is our daily. This is our little hoopty. 35 miles to the gallon, wherever we go. We're happy with the results. We did it with stuff we had laying around the house, and the clear coat should give us a lot better long-term protection. With the long-term protection that we hope we're going to get out of this, we don't have to come back and polish the plastic every couple of months like you would have to do with a, headlight kit. So hopefully we'll be back. I'm going to take a look at this in a few months. Let's get it through the summer and see what it looks like. And all we've done to coat this is just a spray ceramic wax. Nothing major, something that we basically apply to the vehicle once a month. We're going to apply it to the headlights. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't be afraid to polish your own headlights and maintain your vehicles. Have a great week. God bless.